98. And the number 8 car, of course, is Jeff Burton.
He announced this week that he'd be driving a third Jack Roush car this week.
And they're two abreast going into the park. Dave Marcus, Ken Schrader.
Oh, man, look at him coming through here.
But we may be lucky and not see very much bent sheet metal. Doesn't look like anybody suffered a great deal of damage, except perhaps for Ken Schrader, whose left rear is pretty well banged up.
I mean, how you gonna put gas in the car? You'd have to have a Dixie straw to put gas in the back of that car.
And he's shredding a tire as he comes down the straightaway and tearing the bodywork off.
The tire's just tearing the right rear quarter off the car. Man, oh man. Poor
Can you believe that guy's luck?
I'm telling you, if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
Derek Cope and Mike Wallace try to go through the corner side by side. Cope spins the main and tail car, and there Schrader comes in, spins, backs up. Todd Bodine barely got by, and Schrader makes contact with the wall. And we see Mark Martin just getting through. I think the 29 car ran in the back of someone.
And looked like Loy Allen ran into the back of someone also. Here's another angle.
Well, Ted Musgrave goes by Mike Wallace in the 90 car, and Derek Cope tried to follow him through and got a little bit loose, spins around. Here comes Schrader spinning around, and then everybody else jamming up back there, trying to get slowed down so they'll know which direction to go. And it looks like Morgan Shepherd got tapped there by
Loy Allen.
Loy Allen in the car number 19.
So Schrader's car is pretty well beat up as he came around turn number 4 on the straightaway. Watch the tire shred and tear off the bodywork.
This is just incredible. Watch this quarter panel just rip off. That is incredible.
Now from Morgan Shepherd's roof cam, we'll see how it occurred.
We heard the tires on Morgan's cars squeaking. That's when he probably got hit in the back by Loy Allen.
9 wins, 1 pole, and 15 times in the top 5 at the track. Too tough to tame.
Man.
His most recent victory, of course, was in the Trans-South 500 in '94. Crash in turn 2. Todd Bodine, Brett Bodine in the wall.
You can see the Lowe's car is backed up against the fence and some pretty heavy damage to the left front.
He is 22nd in points and has only recorded 2 top 10 finishes. Top of the frame. Watch from the camera in turn 2.
He's on the inside, on the outside, I guess, of the 87 car. Was that Nemechek?
Yeah,
Looked like it.
I think it was.
And around he went, making contact with the outside wall, and now driving back to the pits. And here's Bobby Labonte going to the inside of Jeff Bodine as Bobby Hillen is there in the 77. The 28 is spun here on the main straightaway and damaged the car pretty badly. Dale Jarrett running in 3rd position. There is no yellow at the moment as Dale continues to keep the car under power, but what a break for Dale.
Man, oh man. Let's see if we can see from a speed shot. Jeremy Mayfield was right behind him in the 98 car. Now, whether or not that caused a spin, I have no idea.
But in any case, it's a bad break for Dale Jarrett, who was running right up front, and now all he can do is just limp toward the pit area. Caution once again on the racetrack, and those in the lead lap come in for pit stops. We can tell you that the incident involves, among others, Ricky Rudd and Jeff Gordon.
We don't see Jeff Gordon coming in.
And Robert Presley spun coming into the pits. Now let's take a look at what happened up in turn number 2.
Well, someone has gone in the wall up in turn 1. That's Jeremy Mayfield. We see him in the wall, and all of a sudden, the 24 car spins. Now, the 8 and the 10 made some contact. We see the 10 car spinning, and we see damage to the right front of the 8 car.
All right, from the next angle now, watch the top of your frame, top of the picture. Oh, a little contact there between Burton and Ricky Rudd.
Well, see, Rudd is backing off to avoid the crash that's in front of him, and the 8 car ran in the back of him.
Yeah, that's not what started the original crash.
Now
Okay,
from Rudd's.
he's backing off. Okay, here's Rudd going down into turn one. See what he sees.
Yeah, Ricky was seeing the smoke coming from 2 cars and got off the throttle and got hit.
You know what I think? I think there was oil in the corner because it looked to me like that Gordon and Jeremy Mayfield spun separately, but at almost the same time. For the lead.
Now watch him. Earnhardt will back off. Let Sterling go in there, and then Earnhardt will try to dip back under.
Now,
I
man.
mean, you know he's going to do that.
How did you know that?
I've seen him do it. It seems like 1,000 times. Now Sterling said, "My boy, I worked so hard to get that."
Oh, and Todd Bodine right in front of several cars.
And Jeff Gordon again dodges a bullet, but others.
Jeff Burton is involved in the accident again.
There's Todd Bodine up on the outside. Back end breaks loose, hits the wall right down in front of Ted Musgrave. Morgan Shepherd goes by, Bobby Hamilton goes by, then he comes back up in front of the other traffic, including Jeff Gordon.
From Morgan Shepherd's roof cam as they are still crashing. Pointed at hope, and Morgan Shepherd made the right decision, got through cleanly.
Sound like a rock hit the windshield, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Tonight at 8 o'clock on ESPN2 of RPM Tonight with the racing highlights from NASCAR and IndyCar and Formula One. Anywhere they run, we'll give you the highlights on this Race Day America. An appropriate time to
Whoa, we've got a spin and a crash.
Robert Presley into the wall. Here on the front stretch, damaging the right side of the car.
No caution
No
yet.
caution. Nope.
Let's see what happens. There he is. That's Bobby Hillen in the 77 car. And Hillen tries to go underneath, and Presley comes down, and they make contact, Ned.
Yep, sure do. And Robert gets into the outside retaining wall. Hillen goes by down on the inside.
They were battling for 16th position, by the way.
Each one lap down.
Bobby Hillen has had a very good run here this afternoon. There is a little bit of debris on the racetrack, a little fiberglass.
Well, we heard Tim Brewer, the crew chief on the Kmart Little Caesars Ford, say that they had lost a cylinder or something.
Oh, and Elliott gets the top and spun back to the wall hard. And the body is not qualified. And Spencer crashes in the wall.
At least 4 cars involved in this incident down in turn number 1. Elliott got turned sideways, went up and hit the wall, and took about 3 cars with him. There's the McDonald's Ford, badly damaged.
Well, you see Elliott in the middle there. He's right behind the 43 car, gets a little tap from Michael Waltrip. And around he goes, and Spencer gets tapped there by the 5 car. Then Mike Wallace hits the 5 car. Spencer goes up into the wall.
And a lot of cars ran over debris, but nobody else was actually involved in hitting anything. Here's another angle.
Danny, they were running awfully close together going into that turn.
Is that the 32 or 20? That's the 32 that Mike Wallace caught that time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
See how close they are. Bill ran right up on the back bumper of the 43 car and had to check up. And Michael Waltrip ran right in there and didn't get checked up quick enough and tapped Bill. And around they go. And Mike Wallace comes in hard on Terry Labonte.
And he comes down. He's going to the 32 car right there, just as it went out of the picture.
32, of course, driven by Ed Barrier. Now let's take a look from the in-car. First, Mark Martin.
Says, whoa.
Here's Morgan Shepherd.
Yeah, this is probably a better view. anybody wants to see with a race car. Could it be? We've seen Earnhardt dominate this race all day long.
Maybe Jeff was just biding his time. Whoa, big wreck. Big wreck on this one. There are 6 or so cars involved in this one. And this one looks like it is going to maybe knock more out than the other one did.
Oh,
there is Greg Sachs, who's badly damaged.
Both ends of that Hardy Chevrolet.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Hey, here's Greg Sachs on the inside of Jeff Bodine, but they save it. Here comes Roy Allen. Had a notion to come down there, but well, yeah, he does. He comes on down there. Here there are 3 abreast going into that turn. That doesn't work. So they get together, and around they go. The track closes up, nowhere to go. And 4, 5, 6, 7. Lots of race cars got involved.
And Darrell Waltrip got turned and hit the wall at a really, really bad angle. Let's watch the in-car camera.
And Mark Martin drives through another crash.
But Darrell's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's got the net down, and he's climbing out of the car. And it's good to see that for the 5-time winner here at Darlington.
All right, he's out. He's okay.
A little flame burning raw gas there at the exhaust pipe.
Yeah, I've been trying to be real careful all day, and I was behind, and I wasn't racing anybody. They got all 3 wide down there, and I just got caught up in it. Brand new car, the Western Auto Chevy, was a little bit off in the beginning, but it got pretty good.
Hey, Michael, turn 2 behind you. 2 behind you.
Sterling Marlin has crashed.
And I think the 22 car, Ward Burton, also spun, but I believe he's going again now. Yes, he is.
Bobby Labonte and Sterling Marlin got together going into turn 1.
Well, let's take a look. Here comes Bobby Labonte with the run off turn 4.
That's the original pass a few laps ago when Jeff Gordon took the lead. Now we're going to see, I think, the accident between Bobby Labonte and Sterling Marlin. Here we are down the front straightaway. Sterling is trying to protect the ground. He doesn't want to lose the position. Bobby wants it. They go in the corner. They make contact right there.
Then again.
And the 22 car gets a little bump from behind from the 26, and he goes around. And Sterling has some contact with the front of the car.
Well, we've talked about how Jeff Gordon, the points leader, has dodged some bullets this afternoon. Unfortunately, for second place in the points, Sterling Marlin, he does not dodge the bullet. Instead, tastes the concrete here at Darlington.
And the 22 car made some contact with the 18 with the right front. I don't know what kind of damage there would be there, but hopefully it isn't too severe.
And another angle.
Well, that's another situation. There could have been a lot more cars involved.
Yep.
Unfortunately, everyone else got through.
And here's how Sterling Marlin saw it. And now Rusty Wallace perspective.
Rusty can't hardly see anything, can he?
John Kernan can update us on Rusty Wallace, who's running 7th.
That caution flag was a big break for Rusty Wallace and his crew. Oh, and there's a crash as Trickle slams into turn 4. Everybody scatters. It looks like everybody's going to come through, but Trickle, a lot of damage to the rear end of his car. Caution is out on the speedway. But let me get back to Rusty real quick. That last set of tires, they weren't a good set, a good match set for Rusty. The car was running terribly, so they were lucky to have this caution period before this to change tires.
There's Trickle. He gets the car just a little bit too high. He loses the back end, and bam.
Boy, the field bearing down on him. They all cut to the inside. Then he slips down in between a few of them. Then they go to the outside. He gets down there out of the way.
Here's Jerry with more on Dick Trickle.
Unfortunately, Dick Trickle just radioed in and told Bud Moore, I think I may have cut a tire coming through 3. I felt it going down, but didn't have time to get it woed, and apparently it cost him dearly.
And it looks like they're going to hold Bobby Hillen.
Yeah,
and he's not going to get his lap back.
Evidently, he took the caution flag the lap preceding and was not able to race back to the line. And Jeff Gordon has the lead. Southern 500. And look, Ward Burton is gaining on Earn and a crash.
Backstretch crash is Joe Nemechek in trouble. Sliding across the racetrack. Everybody else avoids.
Caution is out.
Well, this will take the gas mileage suspense away.
Yep, sure will.
Let's see if we can see what happened with our camera. Looks like he might have got a little bit of a tap. I don't know.
Little help from somebody. Brett Bodine, looks like.
Brett
Hard
was
to
behind
say.
him. Yeah, it's hard to say if he made contact or not, but Brett was the car behind him.
Yeah, I'd hate to put blame on somebody from that shot, that's for sure. And here we're going in the pits, and here's John Kernan.